Okay, students, this is the last few days left for your examination. This is the time where most of the students are in panic. Okay, and what to study, where to start, which questions are important. This is the critical stage of every student. Okay, so I have selected some few good questions, which will be definitely there will be one or two questions from the questions which I am discussing now. Okay, and the questions are selected so that it should carry the maximum concepts in one single question. Okay, so properly go through this and don't be in tense mood, and follow these questions very carefully, note down, and before going to examination, if you revise this, it will be very helpful to you. Okay, so let's start the first inorganic question. Thermal stability. See how many topics are covered. Okay, so I will not say same to same question will be coming in your examination. So this may be one question, or this may be one question, this may be one question, or related to thermal stability there will be a question. Okay, so these are the questions before going examination. These type of questions, if you revise it properly once again, then it will be helpful to you. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Thermal stability order is given, basic nature is given. This is basic nature of oxide, thermal stability of sulfates from the second alkaline earth metal. Okay, and solubility, melting point. So before attempting this, you should have the rules on which melting point depends, solubility in water depends, basic nature depends, thermal stability on what it depends. Okay, see, options are not this one, options are given this. Okay, 1 and 4 are correct, 1, 2 and 4 are correct, 1, 3 and 2 are correct, and all are correct. Okay, let's see who will answer fast. So all of you go through each and every option carefully. Okay. Some groups are different, some periods are different, some questions blocks are also different. Okay, here for this question, answer A is correct. Option A is correct. That is, first and fourth are only correct order. First and fourth are only correct order. Okay. Melting point down the group. Down the group decreases. Down the group decreases melting point. Okay. And first thermal stability down the group. This is what barium, strontium, calcium, magnesium. That means it is, see how it is sequence is also changed. Okay. So the wrong answers also I will be giving you correct answer. Okay, these are the correct order. Basic nature, actually down the group metallic nature increases. See, beryllium, magnesium, calcium. This is down the group. Calcium is most basic. And this is zinc belongs to the D block metal, hence it is the lowest. Okay, zinc oxide is lowest. Second lowest is beryllium because it is first element in the second group. Okay, next to thermal solubility order. Solubility directly proportional to ionic nature. Okay, and down the group ionic nature increases due to decrease in ionization energy, and RBOH least what do you call least crystal lattice energy. Okay, hence least lattice energy, highest will be the solubility. Okay. Okay, now next question. Next question is again inorganic and physical, very important topics. Solubility product from the ionic equilibrium and P block 17th, P block 15th group and 13th group. Okay, which are the following represent co-solvent effect? What effect? Co-solvent effect. First, acidic strength of HF increases in presence of BF3. That means BF3 is a co-solvent, HF is a solvent. So because of the co-solvent BF3, HF acidic strength increases. Okay. NH4 acidic strength enhanced in presence of Cu2 plus. So co-solvent contains copper 2 plus and actual solvent is NH4 positive. Okay. H3BO3, acidic strength of H3BO3 increased in presence of glycerol. Glycerol is a co-solvent and it is added to H3BO3. Okay. So all of which of the following are correct or all are correct, that you have to select. Okay. Okay, see how nicely questions are selected so that it will be helpful for you to cover the multi-concept in single question. Okay, see here, HF and BF3. See what will be the reaction? BF3 is a Lewis acid. It will extract the F minus. So because once it want F minus, what it will be losing? H plus will be losing. So because of this BF3, H plus releasing capacity improved. Okay, so that's why this is correct. Then acidic strength of NH4 plus. Cu2 plus want what out of this NH4 positive? Cu2 plus is interested about NH3 to form the complex. To get its NH3, it will separate H plus from the NH4 positive, which gives H plus. So because of this, H plus losing capacity is enhanced. Okay. So B is also correct. And glycerol, I think you must be knowing OH group. OH group will form the bond with the H3BO3. This is also correct. Okay. See, three different topics, but common reason. What is that? Co-solvent effect. Okay. So because of the addition of solvent, here acidic strength increased, here acidic strength enhanced, here acidic strength enhanced. Okay. And different chapter, different areas. Is this understood? Glycerol improves the H3BO3 acidic strength. Cu2 plus improves the ammonium ion acidic strength because it wants NH3. BF3 improves the acidic strength of HF because it wants F minus. Here it is due to OH minus. Is that clear to all of you? Okay, let's see some more questions of this type. Okay, next question is greater the power of lyophilic colloid. Greater the power of lyophilic colloid. Okay. First, greater the gold number, greater is the coagulating value, lesser the gold number, lesser is the coagulating value. Option A, AB correct. Option B, BC correct. Option C, AD correct. And option D, BD correct. These options you can give. Okay. Okay, see here. In this question, greater is the protective power, less amount we have to use. Okay. Highly powerful means less quantity. Less quantity. Okay. Higher is the protective power, less will be the quantity required. Okay. Then, so what will be the correct answer? Higher is the coagulating value will be lowest. Is that clear? Then second one is less value means less grams we have to use. So lesser will be the gold number. Okay. Gold number means amount of protective colloid required in milligrams. Okay. So highly powerful, therefore milligrams we use will be less. Okay. And already coagulating power is greater, so quantity will be correct. Okay. C and D. Oh, answer is C, comma D. Okay, what is the answer? C, comma D. That is C option is correct. Okay. Okay, another confusing question. H2O2 is prepared in laboratory when? Okay. Everything cold and dilute, bubbling, these type of words are very, very important. Okay, see here, boiling, acidified. Okay, like that, small words can change the entire meaning. That's why every option should be read carefully. Every option is to be read carefully. See, this is the questions which are carefully selected, so you should also answer carefully, and I am sure that at least two questions you will find from these questions in your examination. Two questions means 8 marks. Okay, here's correct answer to this question is C. Sorry, B. BaO2 when bubbled. BaO2 when bubbled through the cold water with CO2. Okay, bubbling CO2 actually, bubbling CO2 through the cold water, then it react with CO2. It itself will convert. It itself will convert into. It itself is converted into BaCO3, and you will find the H2O2. What you will find? You will find the H2O2. Okay. So B option, barium peroxide when added with fast moving carbon dioxide in presence of water, it converted into barium carbonate and H2O2 is produced. This is the laboratory preparation method. Okay. Okay, next question. At certain hill station, pure water boils at 99.72 degrees Celsius. If Kb for water, ebullioscopic constant for water is 0.513 degree Celsius kg per mole. Boiling point of 0.69 molality solution of urea. Okay. Solve it carefully. Select the correct option. Don't mislead it by the options. Okay, listen now. Here, the twist in the question is don't take boiling point of water as 100. Okay. So you take this as a boiling point, then delta TB is equal to urea is given, so I value will be 1 into Kb. Kb will be already given 0.513 into molality 0.69. Then you will get delta TB. Okay. So delta TB is equal to TB of solvent minus TB of solution. Okay. So here you will substitute this value. Then you will get TB solvent. Option is D. 100.074. See, when you solve and answer quickly, the A option is very similarly appearing. 0.074 and 0.74. So don't be in hurry in the examination while selecting the correct options. Okay. So this question covers complete hybridization. This question covers complete hybridization. Go through it. List 1 is related to the compound and list 2 corresponding shapes. So if you are able to do the all questions, you don't need not to worry about anything regarding the hybridization. Okay. Okay, here XeO4. I will tell you through the shortcut. XeO4, 4 electrons, 8 electrons are there. 8 electrons means 4 bond pair. So remaining 4 electron will be 2 lone pair. So total it is 6. Okay. So 6 means what should be the hybridization? It should be square bipyramidal should be the shape, but 2 lone pairs are there. Okay. So therefore it should be square planar. Okay. It should be C, square bipyramidal, 1 lone pair on the top, 1 lone pair at the bottom. Therefore, the structure left over will be only square planar. Okay. So 1 is D. 1 is what? D. 1D C. You need not to do anything else. If you are confident enough that 1 is D, so you need not to verify also. If at the end of the exam, if you get doubt, mark this type of questions carefully, then you can cross check. Okay. So 1D, if you are sure, that means you need not to verify other shape. Okay. So that is also examination attempting strategy. Okay, next question is number of sigma bonds in P4O10. 12, 14, 13 and 16. These type of questions, if you are already attempted confident, then it will save up your time. This is very, very famous and very frequently asked question. So in the examination, if you are trying to draw the structure and finding out, means it is a wastage of time. Okay, see, I am drawing the structure so that in related sigma bond, if the question is about pi bond or some lone pair, all information you should be able to solve it without any time delay. Here P4, 4 phosphorus. Okay, and how many oxygens? 10 oxygen. So I will write to 4 oxygen in between. Okay, so this is the structure of P4O4. Then O5, okay, then O6. Up to here, if you are drawing, that means it is P4O6. Is that clear? Next P4O10. So there each phosphorus will be attached to remaining 4 oxygens. This is the structure of P4O10. Okay. So here question is about sigma bond. If you count, you will get how many? 16 sigma bonds. Okay. 16 sigma bond, pi bonds, how many? 4 pi bonds. 4 pi bonds. Okay. And lone pair also they may ask. So each and every oxygen is double bonded. Therefore, every oxygen will contain how many? 2 lone pair. And 10 oxygens are there. So 2 each and 10. So 20 lone pair. There are no lone pair on the phosphorus because they are participating in bond with the phosphorus. Is that clear to all of you? Okay, note down the structure, draw it yourself and practice, or else you can remember. If your memory power is good, write these values. If your drawing power is fast, then draw this.